Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M44, it's the Tier 6 American SPG, and we're located on the west spawn of Airfield, and it's under the command of Gary Halliwell of FILO. Now, in this battle, he's team killed by somebody on his team, and let's see if that person's in view. Yes, they are. There they are. The BDR of sillywg. There he is in distance. He team kills Gary Halliwell. Gary's moving to his firing position, which is actually on the south side of the map. But we will be able to see the team kill in a while. You see the BDR is moving through grid square F4 at the moment. But he's headed south towards Temple Mount. And Gary Halliwell's moving to his firing position on the south side of the map. Now, as you know, the M44 is built on the chassis of the Walker Bulldog. It's got a 155mm howitzer, and there we can see an enemy BDR making his way up onto Temple Mount. Let's see where Gary Halliwell, the sillywg, is. He's actually there in full view at the moment. He's going up onto Temple Mount. Gary's aiming at that OI. No, he's decided to go for the P43 and KV1. It's almost loaded. Round out. Straight away on the P43. Gets a hit. 204 hit points. So you can see Gary's trying to play the game properly. He's trying to kill the enemy. And for that he gets team killed. Now that KV1 is in Arty cover at the moment, but he gets around into him anyway. 181 hit points, and we lose that ELC, who tries a risky YOLO move around the outside of the enemy. I've done that myself actually. It can be quite useful sometimes. You catch the enemy unaware and you force them to turn around to face their rears rather than facing their fronts. Okay, that was a near miss. 15 hit points off the P43, and he's still stunned. Okay, reloading. With a 16.8 second reload. He's not using premium consumables. He could actually drop that quite considerably if he had consumables. Another hit, but it's a splash, 39 hit points. And the OI experimental goes down. Taken out by the Jagdpanzer. And we lose the Jagdpanzer, unfortunately, to the M4A3E2. And the P43 is taken out by our Excelsior. Now, I think you can see that the BDR is actually still up on Temple Mount at this moment. Gary's trying to engage a Chaffee. He's dialing in on him. Oh, it's a difficult shot that goes long. Chaffee pulled up the hill just as he fired and suddenly went out of aim. And he's lining a shot up on the Leopard. The Leopard's taking shots. He's loaded. Round out. And it's a good hit, 100 hit points. Now there is a Churchill 3 on the south side of the map in grid square J4 at the moment. It's attacking the BDR, the one that team kills Gary. And he fires a round in there. Unfortunately, the enemy has already been killed before he gets the chance to kill it himself. His team is ahead by one tank. But that Leopard gets in and he does a bit of damage to the BDR before being taken out by the BDR. But for some reason the BDR took a front at Gary there, and you can see he's headed west, whereas the rest of the team are headed for the cap. The BDR's decided no, he's going to head in this direction. Right, Gary's aiming for where he thinks the SU-100 is. There's only 3 remaining enemies on their team. An SU-100, a G1R and a T-67. The T-67 has actually got a team kill. But you can see the BDR of sillywg is actually moving in this direction, and he's about to team kill Gary. And there you can see he's just been team killed by sillywg, or sillywg, for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Now that should incur an immediate ban because there was no reason for that. It was totally unprovoked. And instead of being banned, he's carrying on as if nothing had happened. If anything, actually, it would have been very useful for Gary to still be in the game, because there are still 2 enemies out there. And they could win the game, even against the odds. And it's now 3 against 2, but the chances are that Tank Destroyers, being as one of them is a T67 and quite a good player at that, a blue rated player, he could actually win the game. Each of the heavies that are on Gary's side has suffered damage. So they're not 100% health. The T67 is 100% health. And the SU-100 is now in the cap area, opposing both of our heavies to the capping. Unfortunately for him, he was killed, but that doesn't matter. Despite that, the T67 managed to get a reset before being killed himself. So the game is over, but it could have been very, very different, and there was absolutely no reason to team kill Gary Halliwell. So here's the end of battle result, and we can see that Gary did actually play the game properly. He got a win 8 of 821 for the work he did during that battle. He didn't pick up any other awards other than a bruiser for getting at least 5 critical hits, and he did get 5 exactly. He probably would have gone to get more, including the T67 and the SU-100, if he had remained alive. But because he was team killed by the BDR, he wasn't alive to do that. So if we look at the team scores, we can see that the top scorer was KV1 with 1,013 hit points and 3 kills. He didn't get the highest score, the high caliber, because that went to the KV1. He had 1,923 hit points of 2 kills. But Gary Halliwell still had a respectable 539 hit points, but no kills. And we can see the BDR of sillywg managed to get 701 hit points of damage off 3 kills, but there was still absolutely no reason for him to kill Gary Halliwell, because at no time did Gary ever fire a shot in his direction. And I suppose that sillywg might be offended that he didn't get support from Gary, but then Gary was trying to win the battle by hitting the enemy, and he didn't pay attention or hit the enemy that were attacking the BDR, because he was hitting enemy elsewhere at the time. But let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 9 rounds during the battle, got 2 direct hits, 2 penetration, and 3 splash. He would have got more kills, but for the fact that several of the enemy that he fired at were killed before his shell arrived. He did damage of 539 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 3 of the enemy, but he didn't get any kills. But he did get 46 hit points of damage assistance and 243 hit points of stun assistance off 5 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 15,525 credits, and because he was team killed, he received compensation of 5,543 credits, bringing his total to 21,068 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he still had a profit balance of 14,060 credits. He received 528 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, ended up with 1,056 XP. But I would tell you that I think he would have earned a lot more XP had he continued with the battle, because he probably would have been shooting at the SU-100 and the T67. So he was denied the opportunity to earn XP, and he's missing XP here, and he should have received XP that was fined from the BDR, but none was fined from the BDR. So it's grossly unfair that somebody would be team killed for doing absolutely nothing to the person concerned. So I think it's down to Wargaming really to take action against these people, and we highlight them on our channel as there are many other team kills which we show. So come on, Wargaming, ban these people for attempted or actual team kills, because there was no reason for it to happen at all. Thank you.